Welcome back to Saga of Three Kings, session number 37, entitled Bluegate, mainly because a direction really hasn't been chosen, and that's where we're at. So, last session, the group went into the city rather, of Bluegate, which is a city on the northwest section of the Ludus region, the region we currently are in. They informed the curious of some matters and basically did some investigatory work, some knowledge gathering legwork, and a lot of information was gleaned, but a direction really hasn't been resolved upon. We ended with the presumption that we were going to move to the next morning and they were going to begin whatever process they were going to begin. We're actually going to rewind back from that though. Immediately after Benson completes his studies at the Hall of the Arcane, the group will meet back up at the tavern that they were at, the Tavern and Inn. Um, I don't remember what it's called right now. Something shrub. Anyways, and they will be convening over dinner and possibly drinks um, to basically decide what the plan is, the next step. So you're at the table. Do as you please.
uh, Grok would say that message I received back from Oro is we must destroy Calareth. Well, that seems to be like one of our most important goals. So if going somewhere first will get us there, great. But that's what we need to do. Because that's what I'm going to do.
I would still be absent at this point, just to clarify.
Okay.
Fancy. What did you, Grok and Brooklyn, what did you learn about the defenses of the place? I have to assume they don't need us here.
So, John, if we can draw upon what we learned in the chat,
Yeah, absolutely.
it seems like
Just
they've got
always assume knowledge you know as a character, unless I tell you otherwise, is your knowledge to take.
they have a shit ton of defenses. Shambles, Grok would say.
Big time. Good.
Yeah, they're pretty sturdy.
The way I see it, we should go on the offensive, particularly if they're planning to attack a strong point here, which there's no guarantee of. I think we should either march towards Barad, where there's certainly been an attack, granted it has been some time since, or we should move towards Calareth's stronghold, which is likely very fortified.
Is there any way for us to know if forces move out of that stronghold in the direction of the east? Or I'm sorry, is it north? Is that right? Or north?
The stronghold is directly southwest of us.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and move us to the large
On the other
map
side of-
so we can have that discussion a little bit more plainly.
It's on the other side of the lake, isn't it?
Yeah, at current, you'll see that there are 3 red circled markers that have been placed on the board. The top left one at Barad would be the dragon Hornbeck, also known as Freemass, also known as the Terror of Ice Fang Peaks.
Dirtbit.
That dragon and its forces, Dragon Spawn, took Barad near about 10 or 11 days ago. So nearly Tuesday's day. The second red circle you'll note is Calareth, which is settled on the map marker, which was marked on the map inside of Purple Light's Mage Ears Tower. That map marker denoted 400, so the presumption is if Calareth is up to stock with the number of forces that the map marker denoted it could hold, he currently has 400 soldiers, or a mix of other different specialties, therein at that temple site. The last marker I've put down on the map is currently just a Chaos Knight for proxy purposes, but that would be the Asmuten Knights. According to information, the Asmuten number in the 100, around 100 or so, and that would denote pretty closely to what the port marker at Purple Light would have registered. 100 strong could be held at that location. There have been sightings of them south of Bansur on the roads. So yeah, we know that there are currently 4 forces that are a part of the Calareth scheme. There is the Dragon Cultists, which are now off limits from entering Bluegate and will be killed on sight. There are the Azmuted Knights, which have not been designated as enemies of the kingdom as of yet. It is still unsure whether or not they are aligned with Calareth or not, but some people presume, and that's where we're at in that regard. Just not solidified. They're the Dragon Spawn, which also are part of the Dragon Cultists. They're the Crimson Scarves, who are a bandits group led by an unknown individual who basically has webbings across the entirety of the Mudis region so far as you've seen. You have destroyed several of their camps and strong points, so it might be safe to assume that they might be recoiling from that damage. I'm trying to think. The conglomerate, the ex-conglomerate. So there haven't been any actual sightings of them, but there was a reported sighting of conglomerate wizards attacking Town Guard at Mudis and retreating towards the shrine in the center of the.
That was a while ago.
Yeah. So you haven't actually seen them, but you have been in a fortification that was formerly conglomerate held, the laboratory above Ratacorda.
I have a question.
Shoot.
Is it possible that we could ask people in Bluegate to send out scouts along the road towards Calareth and along the road towards
You know that they don't scout.
Kelswar?
They don't scout.
They don't scout.
They don't police the lands outside of the walls. So there is a farming community out and about on the lowlands south of the Ice Fang Mountains, but they are basically at their own kind of defense. So it's a lot of yokels who are pretty militant if they are going to survive for a long time.
How many days' journey from Bluegate to Barad?
6 by foot if you take the road. Or sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 if you take the road. 6 if you don't.
Do you think it would make sense, asking the other players, if we asked the mage who cast Sending to contact us if there's any movement threatening Bluegate from the south, either the southwest or the sort of the south-south?
So that question probably would have been raised to the priestess before you left her, and she said only if the Kyrios deems it necessary, and that kind of denotes to you, insight-wise, you as a small, very tiny, just skirmisher band are not going to be something he's going to be like, I need to get information out to them. It's not going to be worth the 3rd level resource.
Okay.
Right
even as a servant of Oru.
Yeah, Fireball is a 3rd level spell that a priestess of
Yeah.
light can cast, and that can kill a whole bunch of goblins, orcs,
Yeah.
bandits, humans.
I understand. Sorry, Brent. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're fine. I'd say, from what I'm looking at here, I'd say our best bet probably be Barod because it's the only one we know guaranteed there was at least something happening there. We know that if we go to after the fortress that Carolus in, he's gonna have a decent army, and I don't think 5 of us can take on 400 people. I mean, I'm gonna give us the props and say we could at least get 200 down, but 400, and
Well-
we're unknown about the people south, so.
An addendum to that as well, they would tell you about Calorth's competency, and him by himself was able to hold the group pretty well by himself and escape without issue.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say our best bet would probably be Barod, and that way possibly we could get Donovan to join us, and he might be able to help us put up more of a fight against Carolyn, or whatever you say the name.
Calorth, yeah.
Then there's likely several communities on the road between here and Barod that are also very much endangered by that dragon swarm.
Yep.
Sorry, Chody, go ahead.
Oh, he just seemed to be a very competent fighter, and I mean, honestly, he would be a great addition and a good help. And as he said, we could also pick up some more help as well. I think
It's too bad Bria's not here to grimace and say, I don't like that guy.
Yeah.
I presume that's about where he would. He ain't there.
I never know. Chris, does Benson know teleportation circle?
I
5th level
do.
spell.
Oh, what?
It's a 5th level spell.
I got it from. Oh
You
nope! I
cast it
tore
as
it
a
out of the
scroll.
book. Tore it out of the
You know-
book. I don't have it.
He drew
Okay,
it once.
so I'm just trying to think like how could we hightail it back without taking 6 day? You know.
Yeah, you wouldn't know. Actually, Benson, you would know. And you can go ahead and note this. Bluegate, the Hall of Arcane, you would be able to jot this down and put it in your notes. They do have a teleportation circle, so if you do glean that spell, you can trace it and return back to Bluegate's Hall of Arcane.
Oh, that's really good. I mean, last time we saw the dragon, there was a circle there.
An Ice Fang hold.
Right, it was a different place, but
Yeah.
still.
And there's also one in the shrine in the middle of the kind of Moodus region, like proper, south of Gelada, north of Mantle.
But
Outside
again,
Bulwark.
I
Correct.
feel
Or
I
Giants Fork.
yeah, I feel I might have used my favors that I've had. Honestly, we could always talk to them about a possible trade in compensation or jobs that they need done, but I doubt we could get the teleportation circle for free.
Yeah,
It'd
well,
be,
you
I
would-
think, worth it to make these people happy.
Yeah.
real quick,
Jody, he's not saying you're going to get the spell for free. You're going to get this location.
if you gain
Yeah, but you still have to have the spell.
Right,
so if you happen to find it in a spell book again, like we have before, you could jump here.
real quick,
Oh, absolutely, I would write that down. I'm just saying I don't have the spell. But yeah, I get it, what you're saying now.
real quick notation too. You would know, Benson, from your studies. You are an equal with the individual who runs the Hall of Arcane, which means that they don't know 5th level spells. Teleportation circles for that spell are permanent. It takes hundreds of days for you to lock that in place. So this Hall of Arcane is a very old structure, so a much older era mage put that circle present. It may be the case that no one in that Hall of Arcane can cast the spell Teleportation Circle, but they do have basically a location that can be teleportation circled to.
We should have talked about this before the game, because me leveling up picking the spells did not go with this.
Yeah,
I agree.
8th levels, 4th level spells, you wouldn't have been able to touch that anyway.
Oh.
Yeah, 9th level is where we need to get you, and that'll get you those 5th level spells that we're looking at. Because
Let's go grind on some dragons.
grind on some dragons. Because here's what it sounds like you need. The 2 spells you want to take at 9th level are Teleportation Circle and Legend Lore. Those are the 2.
I already got Legend Lore.
Legend Lore's 4th level?
It's 5th, but I got it because
Oh,
that
it's in the
book.
book.
gave
Right.
me the-
You can copy it in. That's what I mean. Okay.
I can't cast it without
I got it.
Yeah.
but I got it.
I got someone I need you to look at once you figure that thing out.
You're
Fair enough.
off. You're busy.
Okay, so Barod.
You're brooding in an alleyway somewhere.
Barod. Jeremy, you're not here, but let's just go ahead and take your out of character vote. Barod, that's where we're going?
I'm going to agree with whatever they agree with. so
Okay,
yeah,
then
that's fine.
Barod, we got a vote from Zach. Barod, a vote from Brent. Barod, a vote from Chody. And a reluctant vote from
Yes.
Andy. Got it.
That's all right. I'm gonna go.
Sleep, long rest. Next morning, you leave out of Bluegate. Now, you haven't really understood why the place was called Bluegate, other than the tiling of the location and kind of the structure of it. And you didn't enter the town through the way you were
Is that
supposed
because
to.
we didn't go through the main door?
You
The one
didn't
that's
come
painted blue.
You didn't come the way you were supposed to go. But now that
We
you are
bribed
going
our
to
way
place,
in.
what you find is that the region between Bluegate and the road where the trisection is, there are a number of waterfalls and rivers that run through the low portion of the Hamstring Hills that make for a very beautiful sight and very just, nice feeling kind of cool breeze in this location, but a very treacherous place to travel by foot. But it looks like the predecessors to you, the original denizens of Bluegate, have set up a structure, a very nice structure of very competent stone bridges that gap over places and move along that way. As you're continuing through these passes and making your way up, you come to a switchback, because it's my favorite thing to say ever in the world, that goes up and heads towards one of these such bridges. Up ahead on the road, you can see, and let me go ahead and make sure everyone's on the map. Okay, cool. You can see a group of knights in kind of tan yellow armor, wearing gray cloaks, a woman with a red robe and a white staff in her hand. On her back you can see a dragon tattoo. Description-wise, she meets the exact description of the dragon cultist that was said to have left town a day or so ago. From this position you can also see that on the bridge there are 2 women with halos that are kind of glowing over their heads, One is blonde, short hair, holding a sword in one hand and holding a red-headed teenager or young man by the neck out over the bridge, threatening to drop him. The woman with the other woman with the halo has like bluish black hair, and in her hand she carries a massive axe and seems to be faced off against other people on the other side of the road, the other side of the bridge rather. Looks like there are 3 more individuals on that side: warriors, swordsmen, or knights. You're not sure from this distance. It does sound like over the din of the waterfall north of the bridge that there is some sort of yelling match going on between these 3 parties. And it sounds like the 2 women in the middle with this young man appear to be being accosted by both sides.
Benson, would you know what those halos mean?
Arcana, would I know that, John?
You can make an Arcana check.
Feels like magical.
You have no idea.
11. Nope. I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
angels.
How far
Oh.
outside the city did we make it?
This is probably a good 2-3 hours.
Okay, it's a ways. Good.
All right. You can hear the woman yell, shouting out. It's loud enough for you to hear. Make a move and he dies. You can see that the woman on the opposite side is kind of backing away, but staying kind of in a martial stance. You can move freely, I would say just like your normal speed once, and that might determine certain things happen. But before anything goes, Shambles, I'd like for you to make a perception check.
You got it. 26.
You stare across.
Get that out of the way early.
You kind of come across the way and stare across the bridge. You see the woman with the 2 knights behind her. She's holding her sword kind of down. The sword looks very similar to the sword that you have, except yours is broken. Her eye is cleft out, looks like she's wearing a patch over it. And you kind of have this strange flash where you see her in the exact same pose, but out inside of an arena. She's not missing her eye, and you're holding your sword down, and you look down at your hand, and it's a flesh hand. The flash snaps back to you being present here.
Ooh.
In that flashback, the sword was complete, I'm assuming.
Your sword was
Unbroken.
complete.
Sounds like you're a gladiator, dude.
I knew that part. It's been a while.
Yeah. Are these the same knights that were described to us?
Sorry?
Are these the knights that were described to us?
No.
The
Escorting-
tandems.
Neither side of the knights is the Asmuten.
Okay.
Alright? So, you,
Okay,
like I
so
said, you
this
can take 1 movement and no actions. Just if you want to move, you can. This is placement.
This is a different guard than she had last time? Because didn't it kind of describe the guard that was with her as the Asmutin?
Yeah, they did describe that they were the Asmuten with the Dragon Knight. Or the Dragon Mage.
Okay, but these are not them.
They do not appear to be.
And over here, it drops down into the valley of the ravine, right?
So real quick, I'll go ahead and you should see markers for heights.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Oh, these are elevation.
Correct,
Cool.
elevation heights.
Yeah.
The baseline near the water at the bottom there would be the baseline, 0. Alright, so again, you can move once, and that will determine the start and what happens.
So we're walking uphill.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I'll approach. I want to see what's going on.
Also, with that 26, your mind would trigger another revelation. You don't know why you know it or how you know it, but the woman across the way there, the one with the one eye, her name is Sophia.
Okay.
Have you ever received a description of what Roderick looks like?
Roderick?
Yeah.
To
Don't
my
remember.
knowledge, no.
I believe you have, and I think Raya specifically had it.
He's the redhead.
Redheaded. That's correct. Grok, are you moving at all?
Sure. I'll back him up.
So, As you get closer, Shambles, it doesn't really look like they're paying attention to you, except for the backbank kind of notices you and is kind of wary. The woman on the bridge stares across the way. She's now looking at the woman you recognize, and she says, "You've been chasing me since Bellum. Leave. This is more important than you. Or if you're going to stay, kill them." "You are not in league with them," the woman across the way says. "No! We're trying to protect the boy, but I'll kill him if necessary." Alright. What were you going to say?
So these ones are the ones that are being aggressive towards them. She just said
So far,
that
the only people
I think
who...
there's 3 parties.
There are 3 parties. The only people who have talked are the blonde woman in the center and the woman across the bridge.
I can come up with you.
that one, right?
No, she didn't.
No.
Guys playing this game. You gotta go with mom.
This one?
Across
Okay,
the bridge.
this one is just standing here. Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Oh, you know my best friend.
I love you.
Oh,
Okay, buddy.
Okay.
we heard every bit of that.
That was all on camera.
What?
You were
Yeah,
muted.
buddy.
That's archived.
Can you hear me?
That's, yeah.
I can hear you, yeah.
Because it's muted.
Oh, that's
Nah.
weird.
Piece of shit.
That's weird.
So, anyway, might be coming through somewhere else. But yeah, that said,
Is anybody else moving?
We all moved.
Yeah, we're just not as fast as you.
it does look
Yeah,
like
Speedy.
Sophia is
No,
preparing
it's like the double move for sure.
to kind of move in. And the other thing you note is, as you're kind of standing close to them, all of these dragon knights advance forward. All of these knights in league with the dragon mage move forward, and the dragon mage says, "Go ahead, kill him. All I need is his heart. It doesn't have to be beating."
I don't like her. We should kill her now.
This is important.
Yeah.
This is important information.
If you're wanting to roll initiative,
What?
I feel like I should say something. Yeah, we're cool. Figured.
Changing this to a 17 because I rolled it first.
Same.
all right, everybody good? Shambles, you're first. You would note it does look like the guards behind her, they have noticed you. It's not like you were hard to notice. It does look like they are readying an action, if that helps.
I'll kick up off the ground and saunter my way over to the boy. So, well, what's the big idea here?
The lad being held by the neck kind of looks over his shoulder. It's not like she's choking him. She's kind of holding him by like his shirt. He kind of looks over his shoulder and he says, "Did my father send you?" And she looks at you, and you see the halo start to pulse bright radiant, like she's annoyed by you being here.
We're just wanting to cross this bridge. Looks like you guys are really causing a commotion here. Pretty inconsiderate to other people who like bridges. What do you do?
"None of your business, construct," she says in response.
It's business of the bridge. This is public property.
She just seems to be kind of trying to annoy you and focusing in on Sophia. Alright. Any actions you're taking or no?
I guess I'll just ready to grab him if she decides to let him go.
You know that with the boots of the winged boots,
Oh,
you
that's right.
can't carry his weight. You could definitely help him, but if you take to him falling, the two of you will basically take falling damage and enter into the water. Yeah,
Well, this was a terrible idea.
you are not Superman.
I know.
Not yet.
I'm just real fast. I'll turn over to the left of Sophia.
Okay.
I was like, what are you guys up to? They seem bad.
She responds, "They stole him away from Bellum. He is the son of a merchant lord. Help us and we'll pay you.
All right. I'm getting a
The
better
dr-
counteroffer from west
dragon-
of the bridge.
The dragon mage on the other side says, leave this place or bring us the boy and we will give you power undreamed of. The
Man.
blonde in the middle says, don't interfere at all. Please. We're just trying to keep him safe.
Well, one thing's for sure, those guys to the east, they look like bad news. They look familiar to me.
Alright, if you just...
Do me a favor, don't drop the boy. I'm gonna help you out.
She seems to be
And
kind of...
I'll land.
After the dragon mage having said what she said, it does look like she's pulling him in. She hasn't done so yet because it's not her turn. But yeah, if you move and you land, and you're basically ready to catch the boy if necessary, which is what you said, then we're just going to move to the evoker. She will cast with kind of like a spit. She says, I'm done with this. She throws her hand up, and you see fire kind of generating in her hand. She snaps it forward, and a ball of fire slams smack dab into the blonde lady. Go ahead and make dexterity saving throws, as I do likewise with mine.
Who?
The people on the bridge.
I got
Yeah.
involved. 18.
I rolled in the open. Alright. Let's see. Alright. You watch as she takes the brunt of the damage. Do you have evasion?
I do.
Okay, then you take no damage. You watch as the woman in front of you drops the boy. The boy seems to be quite wounded from the blast. And you reach out and grab him, and he kind of swings kind of on the outside of the bridge there. As a part of your ready action, I'll allow you to pull him up if you desire.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
pop him right back onto the bridge.
The boy says, protect me. I need time.
Please.
With the
It sounds more like a plea, like in its way,
yeah.
not so much a command. Brooklyn.
I would rather keep him
How do you guys do the
away
distance
from
thing,
those
like, where you
guys.
can tell how far something is?
the
There's-
third option in the upper left
It's a ruler.
buttons on the map. Where there's the mouse cursor and then the draw shape. There you go.
Gotcha. Okay.
Also, if you
Fourth-
pick up your
fourth
token,
option, my bad.
move to a different square, and then right-click on it, it'll show you how far that is.
Okay. I think that's right there. That's
Yeah.
not 30 feet. As far as I can do.
Okay. You can dash to try and get in closer, or you can wait to move up.
Hello?
I'll just wait.
Okay. Right.
Can you hear me?
Now I can.
Yep.
Jesus.
I rolled a 17.
Oh,
I switched it, but so
I see. You
Love
rolled
it.
after I said, did everybody roll? Got it. Go
yeah,
ahead.
I had to switch it because I rolled it and I didn't have my token checked.
Sure. Go ahead.
That's okay. So fireball right in the middle.
Of the dragons?
Yeah.
Okay. 1 second.
Glad I didn't move up.
Yeah, no, I was really happy you didn't move, so it was good.
Okay. You watch as the dragon mage seems to be unaffected. You watch as the dragon knights take the damage. Alright. But yeah, she doesn't seem to be hurt by the fire. Alright.
Okay, that's fine. No, I take down the little guys first. Remember, I learned that from the goat fight.
Yep.
So
Very
more
first
taking down
session.
boss first.
Raya,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
I'll come over here, draw my bow, and shoot at the dragon lady.
Okay. Okay. That will hit.
Yeah, I think that's it.
The bow is not magical.
Correct.
She seems to have skin that kind of becomes stone-like where the arrow hits, and the arrow shatters on impact. It does seem to do some damage, but looks like she's resistant to non-magical weaponry. Riot done. All right. The woman with the blonde hair kind of looks at you, and says, "Are you helping me or no?"
The woman next to me?
Yeah, she asks you point blank. Do you answer or not?
I'd rather keep him alive. I don't have any qualms with those folks on the west.
Close your eyes.
Hear me out.
She says, "Close your
Okay,
eyes."
no.
Do you close your eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone else watches as she becomes this like spiritual form. It seems like her entire body becomes energy, like the halo glowing brighter. Everybody within 120 feet of her that is not of her ilk, which would be everybody but this one, needs to make a wisdom saving throw. Failure. Are you immune to frightened? I think you are as a paladin.
Not seeing it unless I'm just looking over it, which is possible.
Checking. Hold on.
Okay.
Do 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 do.
Hey, I have advantage on that, so I got 12. Because of brave.
Halfling
right?
thing there, yeah.
Is that correct, or is that other ways of frightened? Is that the spell frightened?
No, the frightened condition. But yeah, you would get advantage on it.
Ah, 12.
Good job, Joey. Way to be a halfling.
Yeah. Apologies. You are. Could have sworn. Spellcasting. Divine health is immune to disease. 10th level is Aura of Courage. Got it. It's a ways away. Okay, so if you didn't get a 16, you are frightened of her. This condition lasts for 1 minute. At the end of each of your turns, you can repeat the saving throw. You then watch...
That means they can't move closer?
Correct. You then watch her disappear and appear in a brilliance in front of the woman who does not appear to be frightened. She brings her glowing sword in to strike at Sophia. Hits once, misses on the second one. You can see that the blade seems to be emitting radiance as it strikes. The two lock blades with the second and are kind of gripped, kind of lock blades, and are, fighting. Sophia will go. As I mentioned, she is not currently frightened. You see her shove the blonde woman back and succeeds. And as she does so, she kind of presses inwards and snaps around her in a very kind of quick duelist kind of move. As she gets to that position, she then shoulder checks her again, kind of in this direction, and then steps in towards the woman with the axe. And as she pushes her away and comes in towards the blue-haired woman, she says, "You're going over if you stand against me." All right. Grok.
Okay. Grok will move up some. Come on. It's around there. Let's who was it? Let's do spike growth.
Okay. She will cast counterspell.
Fudge.
All right. On initiative 1, the knights who've delayed and are not frightened will move forward. And then these two knights will step in here to form a defensive wall around or behind.
That's the thing that we were trying to talk to you about earlier.
Sorry, what was that?
Zach pulled him up. He was trying to switch places with him. You didn't hear anybody. My mic was out.
Oh, I'm okay with that. I didn't hear that part. Shambles, you said you wanted to switch places with him?
If that's possible, yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. So it does look like one can kind of get around to get to him, and he will attempt to strike. If you'd like, I'll allow you to use your reaction to interject yourself, but it means it automatically hits and you take the damage.
Is that me?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So let's see. The one thing you notice about these knights as they kind of step into fight is they're not human. They appear to be
Ah.
constructs, not unlike yourself. You would note them as skirmishers. They appear to be similar creation and make to you, but they are upscaled from the Envoy model to these. They're conglomerate stylings. But yeah, if you're taking the auto hit,
Free action. Hey, hold on to one of these bodies.
you'll be taking 14 points of slashing damage. The other two will make their attacks against you.
Okay.
What's your armor class right now?
19.
Yeah. Those ones will all hit with all of their attacks. Total of 4 hits in. We're looking at 24, 29, 38 points of damage from all of their attacks.
Oh, 38 total. Okay, I thought you were listing
Well,
them each.
38 for those two. The first one did its auto damage, and then these ones do a total of 34.
You said 38. Are you sure it's 34?
38, you're right.
Okay.
Alright. The two in front look like they are readying their action to attack anyone that comes within melee range for them. Alright. Shambles. On initiative 1, or actually the highest initiative, you see Roderick kind of like close in on himself, and you see him kind of reach into his shirt, and you see that he's grasping something. It appears to be a small bauble or necklace, and it's made out of a yellow stone, and he's kind of holding it tightly. It seems to be kind of glowing as well.
Neat. Action economy as far as handing an item to another character?
Free, as long as they take it.
Yeah, I'm going to grab my my short sword, hand it to him, and tell him to run to those two ladies.
You see him kind of like look up at you with his eyes and say, "Protect me for now, please."
All right.
It looks like he's focusing in on something, like he's doing something.
Well, best bet's just to start punching. So, guy at the north that has access to Roderick.
Yeah, and if you, instead of punch and shove, you could probably push him right over. Ass over tea kettle.
There's Gate.
Not strong.
Okay.
I'll go for it.
Your
I'll
call.
go for it.
All right.
What is it? Athletics?
Athletics, yep. Somebody want to give him inspiration?
I have inspiration.
Can't have it.
Then use it. If you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna burn it.
Yeah. All right. So
Oh,
you
okay.
you kind of look at him, look at your sword, spin it around, and then drop in low and kind of shoulder check the other automaton. It does lift up and fall over. And make a reflex or dexterity saving throw. Fail. You watch him try to grab a hold of the railing as he goes over, and he doesn't. His cape goes spilling out over his head, and you hear a loud like splash and thunk as it kind of hits into the water below. All right, that's one action.
Would that have counted as a weapon attack, or is that the full action?
That's one attack. Sorry, of your if you have extra attack.
Cool. Okay, even better. Then I will focus on the other one to the north of me.
Okay.
Wow.
All right, go ahead and check mark your weapon to fine, and he catches your blade with his and kind of twists it so it kind of you hear it crack.
All
Alright.
fine.
That one will work.
Punch attack to him. Bludgeoning. Gonna spend the 2 key points for flurry of blows. I'm gonna try to stun this guy. 14 concentration. Or 14 constitution.
You meant spent the key point for flurry of blows and the key point for stunning is what you meant, right? 2
Correct.
total. Okay. Success. Because it's higher, or yours is a 14 or 15.
14, I believe.
Yeah, I got a 16 on the roll, so.
Didn't matter actually. And let's, you know what? Let's just punch him again.
Mm-hmm.
19 to hit.
That hits.
Seems worth it to try for one more stun.
Okay.
Another 14 constitution.
On the nose.
Damn it.
They seem to be pretty
Alright.
hardy.
I got him a couple wallops in.
Sounds good. Alright.
Do what you're doing fast, kid.
Okay. On the evoker's turn, you would see that the knights are acting on this turn. They just delayed during the last initiative round. This one moves in, trying to take the place of the one who got carted over. He is going to again attack. You can, again as stated, use your reaction to interject yourself to block.
Gotta do it. Go for it.
Alright, auto hit, so you're going to be taking 15 points of damage from that one. And then the other one attacks you, and you kind of, now not having to attack or defend against two, kind of take the shot, move in, block the blade with your hands.
Nice.
The two who have held their position will step forward. Each one of them attacking, one of them against Brooklyn, one of them against Raya. Crit against Brooklyn and miss. You'll be taking...
with my armor, do I still take crit damage, or it's the adamantite one?
If you're wearing adamantine armor, you don't take the crit damage.
Okay.
So you'll just take 12 from the regular hit then. And then Raya, we're looking at a 16 to hit
It's
and a 17.
remote.
You said miss?
That hit far enough.
Okay, 11.
Enough.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like you're coming from a different mic source than your headset, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like you're a little distant. I didn't think about
That's
it.
what's going on. Good luck.
Yeah. So the evoker will cast a spell.
Better?
Yes,
Yeah.
100%. I need Brooklyn, Grok, and Raya, and I think, let me double check. She'll step forward. I need the four of you on the back end to go ahead and make me I think it's Constitution.
One of them is giving us.
What is she casting?
Us.
She's casting a spell. Are you going to react to it?
Can I tell what spell it is?
Well, you have to determine if you're going to use a reaction to counterspell first. You don't get to know what it is first.
Yeah.
Also, is
I'm gonna
Grok within
Okay,
10 feet?
roll a d20
Yeah.
and add your
I am.
intelligence modifier. Okay, you do not successfully counter the spell. It is a 5th level spell, or known as Cone of Cold.
Can I use my inspiration on it?
You didn't. Roll a second dice. Same result. And your inspiration will have been spent. Actually,
Also,
I'll let you keep your inspiration, because you should have rolled those both at the same time and decided.
Okay.
Okay, so like I was saying, Constitution saving throw from all of you lot.
Me and anybody within 10 feet of me have resistance to damage from spells.
Okay. So that would be everyone besides Benson.
Yep.
The DC for these,
Nice.
the DC for this is 15. So, Grok, you add +3 to people within 10 feet of you as well, right?
The saving throws is
Yeah.
+2.
+2. Okay. So Grok, you still fail, but you'll take half. You'll take half and then half again. Mishrael and Benson, you'll be taking half because you succeeded. So you'll be taking 40 is the base number. So 20 for Benson, 20 for Grok, and 10 for Brooklyn and Mishrael.
Do it on attack.
It's not. It's a spell. And it's not a dexterity saving throw, so evasion doesn't work.
Or the uncanny dodge.
You can't do it, no. Half it, and then half it again.
Oh, hell yeah.
Dope.
You then watch
Let's go.
she
That's
casts
the damage original.
You then watch as she casts a second spell as a bonus action. 1 second. Okay. You see kind of a glimmer appear around her, and then you see that there's multiples of her in place. She's cast mirror image. For you, it would have been 10 after all of the having. Alright, Brooklyn.
Alright, I guess I'll swing on the one in front of me.
Okay. Miss.
Do it again.
Hit.
Okay. And then, let's see here. I'll do this, and I'm going to do Divine Smite. Would it be undead counted, or just
No.
normal Divine Smite?
Regular. Alright, 11 and 12 is 23. As you kind of hit it, you watch it kind of like drop down to one side, the greatsword kind of laying on the ground, but it's still kind of looking at you with its kind of hollow black helmet. Brooklyn, done. Benson.
I'm going to go ahead and cast Dust Devil right here.
Okay. Gone. Doesn't happen. Second level spell, right?
Yeah.
Counter spell.
Rock Wizard. She's better than you.
You didn't have to roll. God.
It's a second level spell. Anything under third, it's auto dispelled. You can definitely move further away if you'd like to. After that point, casting from a distance outside of 60 is probably beneficial. Chody, you're done. Raya, you're up.
Knock one of these down or no?
You can. No, neither of them have been knocked down yet. What you would notice, I'm sorry, Benson, what you would notice is when she cast Cone of Cold, the two knights were in the frame of it, but it looks like she sculpted the spell and moved the cone so that it did not hit them and it went around them.
Cool, wild, whatever.
Evoke,
Yeah.
she's an evoker, yeah.
Yep.
Shape or sculpt spell. You gonna stab one of them? Okay. 12 is a miss.
Bonus action disengage.
Okay. Alright. Before you move out, it will use its reaction to attack you, utilizing the feat Sentinel. Eight misses. You can continue moving away. Okay. Alright, it'll go to Isoletta, or the blonde woman. She will move in behind Sophia. The woman with the axe will move to interject herself in between the two. You watch as the two work in tandem to attack Sophia. Keep on rolling out in the open with her. That's fine. The first one hits, the second one doesn't. Radiant fire kind of cuts into Sophia. The one with the axe will, stepping into position, kind of holding the axe, she also kind of detonates her form. You watch as she becomes kind of like a dark, wintry, cold blue, similar to the bright yellow summery radiance of Isoletta. Everyone within 120 feet make a wisdom saving throw. Fail. Fail.
Am I making this
Um,
as allied with her?
You wouldn't have been told to close your eyes at this one, so yeah.
Okay. Wisdom save?
Mm-hmm.
14.
Okay, fail. Fail. Alright, for 1 minute, you are charmed by her. Yeah.
You're scared of her, but you really like her.
You're scared of the blonde.
I'm scared of the other one.
You're scared of the blonde. You like the blue-haired one. After detonating into that, you watch as she kind of disappears and appears here, adjacent to Benson. It seems like to everyone watching, she fades away and then comes out of Benson's eyes and lands next to him. Shambles. I did it again. She spins the axe down and attacks into this one here.
It scared me real bad there. I was like, oh crap, what?
Hit. She drops him. And then she
Took long enough.
steps. Do you say that?
Yes.
She says, "Thank you for your help," and she steps forward. As she does so, she's kind of got the axe, holds it aloft to the knight. Isoletta swung in at Sophia and already hit her, as I mentioned. It does look like the charm worked on Sophia on this one. So Sophia didn't want to react and attack her or do anything to her. She's going to continue fighting with Isoletta. Hit. She seems to be doing some pretty solid work on her. 25 and 12 is 37.
Let those two tucker themselves out.
Yeah. Alright. Cool. Goes to Grok.
Yep. We're gonna bonus action rage.
Okay.
Move here, and we will slap one.
How can she slap?
14 to hit.
No.
Okay.
That's it.
We'll stay there. That's it. That's all I have.
Alright. The two on the opposite side will have made their wisdom saving throws for fear, so they will be acting on Sophia's turn in the next initiative round. But they were frightened and couldn't move forward up until now. Alright. Shambles, you're up.
How many of us didn't make that wisdom saving throw?
I believe it was you and Brooklyn and Brock.
Yep.
Benson succeeded. So yeah, the rest of you, go ahead and throw a d20 because you didn't on that turn.
How many of us didn't re-roll it?
Yeah.
Nope.
You're still afraid.
You'll get there.
Grok, give me a saving throw.
You'll get there.
Saving throw.
Yeah, because you wouldn't have been able to move up. Actually, you were
End
frightened.
of turn, right?
But I'm charmed by.
You were frightened.
I was not frightened.
You were not frightened. Okay, sorry. Never mind. So
Part of
Brooklyn,
the turn do we roll?
at the end of it.
Do I roll for
He would have been
the
within 10
charmed?
feet of
Yeah, you would roll for the charm.
And that's wisdom as well.
Correct. It's a failure.
Okay, so that 15.
Success. No, failure. Sorry, succeeds the DC.
Okay.
So shambles.
Does Rookin give advantage on those?
No, plus
I just
2.
get +2.
Yeah, I'm gonna carve up this other robot.
Okay.
That's what the world needs. 12 and a 19 to hit. 19 is a
19
success?
hits. Yeah.
For 13 slash. And let's just pepper him with a couple punch. 213.
Yeah, it's like hitting a wall, except for that one strike, kind of in the face. All right. It'll go to their turn. She will use. She'll cast a spell.
Big surprise.
You are still within counterspell range if you want to try.
Yeah, just because she's down on me twice. Screw her.
Roll 2d20. If you click on the thing, it will roll 2d20, so then we can just take the higher of the two. Okay. The 19 is your second roll. The 10 is your first roll. Are you spending your inspiration for the 19?
Yeah, screw her.
You counter the spell.
Yay!
Is it instant death? Is that what he counters?
No.
That she does?
I was going to cast Bigby's hand and push you off the ledge.
Oh, push me off the ledge?
Yeah, and the boy. I was going to put it like right between the two of you and just.
Between the two of us would have shoved me into the night and him to the left.
No. Between you and the
the
early-haired
girl.
woman,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know if I care about her and I can fly, so that's
No.
I'm good with this.
She wouldn't have pushed her. She would have pushed you and Roderick off the bridge. Is what I'm saying. She moves in and away from the mage with a
Alright.
curse of draconic behind her as she moves to the bridge. The knight that's still present will fight. The knights rather that are still present. Miss on shambles. Hit on shambles. 11 damage from that second shot.
Job down.
All right. And then these knights are smart enough to know that Brooklyn is a very hard target. They move around and will focus their fire on Grok. Crit. Hit. 17 hit Grok? No, he's got a
Nope.
19.
He's
Alright.
got a 20.
20, sorry, okay. 1, 2, 3. I got one more. And 24. So we got the crit does 22. The first regular hit does 10. And the last regular hit just does 6. Then they will
Ouchies.
use a bonus action. The one that's standing next to the blue-haired woman. Loyalty Beyond Death. That robot gets out from under her and stands back up. It doesn't do
She
anything.
picked that one?
She didn't choose anybody. The knights are capable of
Oh,
getting each other
okay.
up.
I'm sorry. I thought you meant the angel lady resurrected the other robot.
No. No. The robots are capable of loyalty beyond deathing themselves. Evoker turn done. Brooklyn, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna swing on the one that's closest to Raya.
Okay.
24 for the first hit.
Alright. That'll work.
6 damage. I'll roll the next one. 16.
Yes. Alright. Chody? You're no
I'm gonna
longer.
go ahead and try my my Dust Devil now.
Yeah, you're not in counter spell range. What's its.
If she wants to use level 3 spell to take away level 2 spell, I'm.
What's the
okay.
radius of the Dust Devil?
It is a 5-foot cube,
Uh-huh.
but if it's over rock and dust, which it looks like this path
It
is,
is.
it goes into a 10-foot radius.
Okay.
Here, I'll just do this easier.
Don't draw my map.
No, that I'm just so you can actually
okay.
see what it's saying is what I'm saying. I'm not drawing
Got
it
it.
on your map, man.
Got it. don't you draw my
But
map.
No, but if they fail the save, it pushes them 10 feet.
Yeah. Wherever you want it. You can move it.
Yep, I'm going to move it over to here. Oh wait, no, that's the 10 foot. It'll move over and it'll be 10 foot away from the Dust Devil.
The center is 5 feet, and then it should be 10 feet out from it. So actually, it's bigger than that. Hold on.
There should be one more
Yeah,
round
that's what
call.
I was. One more out.
No, 2 more out. It is 5 foot wide, and it shoots out 10 feet from there.
That's where I want.
Okay. Any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of the Dust Devil makes a save. Okay. Raya, you're up.
I'll hold my turn.
Alright. Isoletta will use her bonus action to cast Misty Step. She'll then grab a hold of the boy and cast another spell. You watch as the boy disappears, and her and she does as well. Those of you up on the ridge there can see down below the burst of radiance appear there. She appears to have appeared down at the bottom. Sophia looks pissed the second that happens, kind of rushes towards the ledge looking at it, and then turns to her right, and then just kind of swats in at him, and hits, and drops the one that just got back up. She then steps in to the girl with the axe and attacks. The girl spins her attack and blocks it, and she looks at her confused because Sophia's charmed. So pretty weird. And the two kind of lock blows for a second. She doesn't hit her though. Grok. You're up.
Yep. So we are going to wild shape, and I want to be a saber-toothed tiger.
Okay. You should be able to pull it.
Yeah. So it goes under.
Can you?
Is it under wild shapes or is it under allies or?
Wild shapes.
I don't see it. I don't see it under wild shapes.
One second. Hmm. This is so annoying.
Sorry.
It's okay. My cat's outside crying too, so he want in. Can you move that?
I sure can. Lovely. Brooklyn, you hit the one over to your right?
Yep.
Okay, that's the one we're gonna go at then.
I think I've hit them both at this point, but
They're both wounded, yeah.
How do I? Oh boy. I can't attack with it because I don't have the card.
If you highlight it and then hold shift and double click on it, it'll bring up its character sheet from wherever it is.
Oh, that is beautiful. Thank you. So yeah, let's do a claw. 14 to hit.
No.
Great. That was great. I'm done.
Shambles.
All right, I'm gonna get back up. Not dead.
Okay.
And that's all I've got because I can't say anything. But I have choice words for the two of these two.
Okay. You are. Wait, you were dying or no?
Yeah, I went down last
Okay.
round.
You've succeeded on your death saving throw. You're still dying. Got it.
Yeah, L turn I had.
Okay, take it.
19 to
You're attacking the one.
touch.
Got it. Yeah, 19 hits. Damage.
21.
That's weird. I'm not seeing your rolls.
It's there.
It delayed when I pressed it.
Yeah, I've been lagging pretty bad, so
It's in sneak.
there they go. All right. Yeah, it's still standing, but only just. Okay. Just setting your dust devil here to the side for a second. Just 2 over.
That's fine.
That's weird. I'm gonna
Did I
just,
just kick my body to the side?
I'm just side saddling you because she's on top of you. Okay. She is going to cast a spell on these two here. Failure. You watch as she claps her hands, and as she does so, a burst of thunder sounds out across the entirety. You watch the two of them get slammed into the rail and fly out over it as they both fall out into the water. The second that they do, those of you who can see through the dust devil watch as the dragon mage reaches down and grabs Shambles by the throat and picks him up. Nothing else besides.
Oh boy.
Brooklyn, you are up.
I'm gonna swing on the one that's pretty low.
Mm-hmm.
24 to hit.
That'll work.
I'm considerably
6 points of
more
damage.
heavy than I was.
Yeah, she is very dainty looking, but apparently is able to pick you up.
You and your damn waifus, John.
Alright. Yeah, that'll knock him down. Are you done with your turn? Oh, you got one more attack. Go ahead.
Yeah, can I swing on the other one?
Sure.
19 to hit.
That'll work.
Alright, I'm gonna roll damage and then add my Divine Smite.
Yeah, go ahead. Just exhaust the spell level. You knocked him down. Alright.
And then, can I still take my movement or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move up to here.
Okay.
So who has shambles right now?
The dragon lady.
You can just barely
The
see
lady?
it through the dust devil.
Yeah,
But yeah, the
she
dragon
picked me
mage
up off the ground.
has basically picked up the shambles.
Doing math. Hold on.
Means you need to move your dust devil too. In character, you need to move it. Or it's gonna kill you.
No,
I'm in the square with her.
Yeah. 5 feet of the edge of that, you get hit by it.
Really?
Oh. Yeah, so
She should have gotten hit.
she should have gotten hit by it. Let's see.
Really, double check the wording. I'm pretty sure it says if you're within 5 feet of it, you take.
Any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of the dust devil, as a bonus action. Yeah, the dust devil's the center. So it's actually not the case. It's 10 feet if it has. It's 5 feet if it's not on dusty ground. It's 10 feet if it is on dusty ground. So the center can't be moved through. It's the dust devil. The width of it, the 2 squares on the outside radius, that's the 10 feet radius. So
That's the actual range.
she's not inside of that radius.
That was a good try.
No, yeah, it would have been 5 feet, the original size I put it down for, if it was
Right.
just on hard floor.
Right. Dust Devil doesn't get enough.
I'm gonna go
Attention.
ahead and
spell.
so hold on, let me make sure. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55 right there.
It's a good area control spell if you want to block off an area.
Yeah, and unfortunately I keep using it poorly. I'm gonna go ahead and so if I moved, I drop the Dust Devil and then I can do
You-
another spell.
You're dropping it?
I'm asking. I drop the Dust Devil and then I can cast another spell, right?
Checking. Yeah, there's no cost for
Because
disrupting
it's just
it.
I stopped concentrating.
Yeah.
So okay, I'm going to drop the Dust Devil and then I'm going to cast Banishment on her.
Okay. Alright. What's the saving throw? DC? 15, right?
Yeah, 15.
Okay.
You don't touch my shambles.
Yeah, she disappears. Shambles drops in a heap. So does the automaton that was standing next to her.
Ooh.
Vincent just looks angry.
My hero.
I tell them that I banished her. She'll be coming back in a minute, is it?
I think so.
So we need to get Shambles. We need to quickly help Shambles get him up and get him to safety before she comes back. Also, throw the 2 automatons over the ledge so we don't have to deal with them anymore, is what I'm instructing the group to do.
Yeah. You hear a faint popping noise once she dissipates.
So that means. Oh, she's not from here. That was banishment for good. Potentially. Right?
Make an Arcana check, Benson.
12.
No idea. You're not sure if she's going to be back in a minute or not.
Telling you, man, my rolls suck today. Yeah, I just tell them like, hey, let's hurry up just to be safe.
Sure.
Move, get the bodies over the edge, get Shambles up, and get him away from that area for when she does come back, if she does.
Right.
I don't know.
Diplomacy. Go.
Yeah.
You're our guy.
I'm just gonna go look over here in the kind of direction they went.
You see that Roderick is still holding whatever it is, and it seems to be getting stronger in its glowing growth. And you can see that Isoletta has just finished casting Dimension Door and is kind of looking and seeing what's going on. She watches as her friend and Sophia fall off the ledge from a thunder wave.
Save would have been from last turn.
Yeah. But that's the direction she's looking. She's looking over at Sophia and her friend.
I'm gonna point those two. I'm like, what do you guys want to do with these guys?
Alright. Isoletta's up. She is going to grab a hold of Roderick again. Looks like she's readying an action to cast a spell, looking up at you and then looking over at the waterway. The woman in the waterway kind of gets to shore. Once she does so, she's immediately tackled by Sophia, who jumps out of the water to catch her. The two are kind of wrestling around in the ground there. You can see Sophia's eyes, kind of narrowing in hatred, and from above you can. Well, nobody can actually see this happening. But the two
You
knights...
hear a commotion.
You hear a commotion and water splashing from below.
It sounds hot.
The
It's
two...
about 80 feet in the rocky rapids. Just get out and keep fighting.
The two knights that were with Sophia kind of rush out and look over the ledge, and you can see that they're pulling their shields off, which is their action, sheathing their swords and reaching for heavy crossbows and getting those ready. It does look like that is happening. Grok?
So those knights on the far side of the bridge, they're bad or good?
They're with Sophia, the one-eyed warrior woman.
And
Both Livic parties care about Roderick to some degree.
Well, we don't know how.
I'm guessing the Halo ladies know about the importance of Roderick, and I think the eye patch girl is some kind of police trying to prevent them from kidnapping him.
Gain inspiration.
Oh, okay.
Wait, could you say that again, please, for those of us
Eye
who are...
patch lady and the two guards to the far west. They're some kind of police. They've been tracking the Halo ladies because they kidnapped Roderick. They kidnapped Roderick to prevent the spell, the sacrament, from going on.
Got it. So
Sacrifice.
Halo Lady bad.
Not necessarily
Yeah.
bad.
Well,
Kind of good.
the
They're
dragon.
a greater good kind of
Yeah.
idea.
Oh,
The
okay.
dragon lady is absolutely bad though because
Yeah,
she's
we know that.
Yeah, the heart thing.
It's okay. She's absolutely gone. She's out of character note. Yeah, you banished her to Ashmedia's realm. So,
You don't
Go
touch Shambles. That's my dog.
I mean, she's happy there. It's where she lives, but she's
It's gotta
not.
be frustrating.
She's not
It's
happy.
like when I
because
die and go back to Moon.
It's like I have a job to do, and it's just been ruined. But yeah, Croc, you're up.
Okay. Grok is going to start heading back towards, I guess, if he goes...
It's about a 50-foot drop if you want to go down the cliff.
No, I'm going to head back this way
Okay.
and then over
Tooths have
and
one.
dash. I've got a 40 feet. So tell me how much movement it would take for me to get,
You can count it out. Go nuts.
What's that?
You can count it out. You know how to move your character. Shambles, you're up
Ah.
next. If you're dashing, you're going to move twice as much.
Just save. Damn it.
That's a failure. Brooklyn.
I'm gonna use my movement to run up to Shambles,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna put 35 points of lay on hands on him.
You're
Okay.
a good friend. I like you.
As you kind of wake up, you see that the ladies that were just fighting next to you are gone. It does look like the two knights that came with Sophia are readying crossbows and are pointing them down the bridge. Based on your awareness levels, you're assuming that Sophia and the other lady went off the bridge. Alright.
Can I make
Also-
a gesture and yell at them as a free action? I know my turn's gone.
Yeah, you can speak as a free action. Sure, what do you say?
I'm gonna try to show my sword that matches hers, while I'm just gonna roll over and hold it up to them.
And
Like, hold your fire.
Okay. They look like they're trained down below. They look over and they go, huh? And then they look back down and they go, and they seem confused, but it looks like they're preparing to shoot someone off the bridge. Your presumption is one of the two Halo ladies. They seem confused by your presence, or the sword's presence rather. They don't know what that means, but yeah, to them,
Oh, okay.
you're a strange robot. If you
Happy
said
coincidence.
if you said something different, it might have
I'm
forced
sure.
a persuasion roll.
I'll let it pass.
Shody Benson, you're up.
I would move up and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then I would cast. Oh, not that. I'm going to cast Chilling Touch on the one closest to me.
The knight?
Yeah. Well, no, this guy to stop him from shooting.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't want to hurt him. I guess that's right, because they're police. All right. I don't know.
Diplomacy, Jody. You're the head of Moose.
Yeah, right. Yeah, honestly, yeah, yell stop in the hand of the Mutis, and in the name of the hand of Mutis, we need to talk this out instead of fighting before anyone else gets hurt.
Make a persuasion roll. Do so with advantage.
You said persuasion?
Correct.
Ooh.
They pull their crossbows back inwards and kind of look at you, and one of them yells down, "Sophia, we have assistance. They may not be gone yet." And you hear a, "I don't give a shit!" from down below. It sounds like that fight's still happening. Very much happening. Ryan?
Bonus action dash, run down the wall.
Okay.
Come over here and stab this Halo girl.
Alright.
23.
She brings her blade up and catches yours and kind of tosses it aside, easily parrying your attack.
Huh.
Really?
Yeah, reaction to gain 4 to her AC puts her at 25.
Huh.
Me too.
Fair enough. She seems to have been readying to cast a spell. She seems to kind of put that aside, and she looks at you with hatred. She'll go ahead and go all in on you.
Fucking blonde.
She's still holding Roderick with one hand, but yeah, she'll bring her attacks to you. First attack 20, second attack 27. You are technically humanoid parentheses elf, correct?
Probably.
Yep. Okay, so you will not take the radiant damage. Alright, first attack, do you want to use your reaction to Uncanny Dodge? You gotta do it before you know what the damage is. She hit with both attacks, so you're gonna do one or the other. We have to do it tier by tier. Do you want to dodge the first one or the second one?
First one.
Okay, so then she did 14 with that, so you'll take 7. And she did 13 with the second one, so a total of 20 for those 2 attacks. And did you succeed on your saving throw against fear for her?
Yeah, otherwise I wouldn't be here.
Okay. Cool. She will, on her initiative, after having attacked you, she no longer can provoke opportunity attacks from you. Dragging Roderick with her, she moves down the coastline.
I stabbed the kid.
He is not technically moving of his own volition. He does not provoke opportunity attacks. Alright. Sophia is now in the situation that she's in, kind of looks to Roderick, confused, and you hear commotion over there. You're pretty sure you hear the words, "I will kill him. Lower your weapons. This isn't what you think it is." Sophia seems to be going still ham on the blue-haired lady. Actually, not. Lots of blocking there. Croc.
Yeah, Doc, he's gonna dash. Let's see, can we get there? Yeah, I can get there in a dash.
Okay.
That's it.
Alright. Big old tiger just, "What's going on over here?" And everyone's just like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck?" Roderick looks to you, the tiger, as you move up, and he seems to be kind of still focusing in, and he kind of looks at you like this, and he says, "Are you a sentinel of Oru?"
Am I allowed to respond? I'm a
Yeah,
tiger
free action.
form.
You can nod your head.
Yes, nod, definitely.
You see him kind of focus back in on the stone on his chest. And at the top of the initiative, he will utilize, after spending his 3 turns preparing, the spell effect he has in hand. He becomes ghost-like and becomes kind of guarded by this strange radiant force. You watch as the hand that's holding him from the blonde woman goes through him and kind of moves to the side, and she looks at him like, "No, please! We're sent to protect you!" And you see him kind of just in his peaceful state, just kind of locked in this weird, near material state, no longer able to be taken or moved against his will.
Awesome.
All right, that'll go to Brooklyn. It looks like the
Lot of
guards are
damage.
holding off.
Did you skip me?
Yeah,
Oh,
Scam
sorry.
Shambles is next.
Shambles, go ahead.
What's your ruling on falling as movement?
You have slow fall, do you not?
I do.
Yeah, there is no.
It's fly.
Yeah, falling is not a part of your movement. So if you can move 10 feet to get off of the ledge there and connect with the wall on the side, all of that downwards movement, that 50 feet
That's
or 80
free.
feet, is free.
As long as I fall the whole way, I don't try to cheat it and fly
Yeah.
somewhere. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna. You said he turned ghostly?
Yeah, he appears to be strangely incorporeal. Or guarded
Yeah,
by
I'm just gonna.
some sort of magic.
I'm just gonna drop. I'm assuming this is like standable depth of the river.
Yeah, it's all about like 3 feet. It's not terribly deep. Like, if you were to fall in that position, it would hurt like fuck.
There
I'll
goes
do
my
it.
plan.
You'd think so. But those two just walked out of there.
Well, they appear to be pretty badass individuals.
Shambles see, shambles do. I am doing a front flip off of this bridge and I'm landed behind Sophia.
Kia! Alright.
Damage?
You're slow
80
falling,
feet.
are you not?
Yeah, but I would reduce it.
By what?
I don't just not
Slow
get
fall,
damage.
you slow.
Yeah, I don't know what slow fall does. Go ahead and click it.
I think that there's a. It
Let's
does a
learn
reduction.
together.
I reduce the damage by 5 times my level.
Which
up
is a
to
total-
35 points.
What's the total on the reduction? I'm rolling the damage
35
now.
points.
So 35 points, okay. So you fell 80 feet, and you know that the fall's coming, so it's d6s. It would have been 29, so you're fine.
Cool.
Pretty awesome, Shambles.
Sophia.
A metal robot falling in slow motion.
She turns and looks at you confused, you knowing her name.
Cut it out.
Uh,
Same
make,
side. I'll just hold up the sword. Same
Make-
side.
make a persuasion roll.
What? Reuse this one. Yeah. That.
No.
You can spend
You
your
did it
inspiration.
with the other
Hey!
hand was flipping her
Other
off.
inspiration I got today.
Yep, 19 will work. She hesitates and kind of looks at you, and she says, "Chris."
Hey,
All right.
Oh.
That's your action to make that persuasion roll, by the way. Chody, you're.
What about me?
Sorry,
Um,
Brooklyn, go.
Yeah, okay.
We got ahead of
I'm
ourselves.
gonna move up here.
Yeah.
Can I use my bonus action to Misty Step down to them?
It's 80 feet down.
Oh, never mind then.
You can Misty step 30 feet down, then fall 50.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
All
I'm trying to
50
die.
and at 30.
dude, do it. It totally works.
How good is it? I've done it.
I'm not that good. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so it doesn't change momentum, Misty Step, so he would still take the 50 feet of falling. Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
does. We've had that discussion.
No. What I said is it doesn't halt momentum. That's what I've said.
We'll revisit that later.
All right.
I guess I'm just gonna look over to these guards and be like, so are you guys here to protect him or kill him?
It sounds like there's a lot of ruckus going on right now. Looks like Isolate is.
Oh no, not them. The guards to the left
Oh,
on the bridge.
we're here to rescue him. He's the son of the Merchant Lord. You are.
Brooklyn.
If you are a member of the militia for Bluegate, then please assist us. He is a very important noble,
Okay. That's on my turn.
right?
I'm just gonna walk over here. Hang on, my tiger friend.
Yeah. Whatever I said before, though, if you can prove to me that I did say something else for Missy Step, then yes, please do. That's perfectly fine. Isoletta, kind of looking at the situation, seeing that they're outnumbered, looks to Sophia, who's not stopping, and she no longer has a means of kind of moving or manipulating Roderick. Understands the situation. She reaches forward as the blue-haired woman's bringing her axe down on Sophia, who's turned aside and is paying attention to Shambles. You watch Isoletta grab the woman, and the both of them disappear.
Counterspell.
You are 80 feet up.
God.
Behind a bush.
I like the idea.
I honestly was like, oh, interesting. And then I was like, no. Your position, bad.
Hey, wait a minute.
No.
Did you skip me?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I did. Fine, go ahead.
I want to move within 60 feet.
To do so, you would need to go all the way around the outside, or you would need to jump off of a bridge.
Or I can cast Misty Step towards over here and try to get a ledge or something. Do I see a ledge down here or something?
Yeah, you can cast Misty Step in and make an athletics check to see if you can not fall on your face.
I'm not good at athletics.
Make the athletics
neither
check.
am I, buddy. You got this.
All right.
It's only a 20-foot
I'm
fall.
going to try it because, dang it, I want to get it. So, Misty Step
Sure.
and acrobatics, you said?
No, athletics.
Okay,
You're
athletics.
trying to climb. You said you're trying to grab onto something.
19!
Yeah, you grab a ledge. You're 20 feet up on that ledge there.
Okay, and then when she tries to get away, counterspell.
So that's not how it works. See, now that the thing has happened, different things happen because she sees that situation unfolding as it is. So she's actually going to step in and around, which provokes no opportunity attacks, except from Shambles, who can take it if he likes. And now she's no longer in line of sight from the spellcaster who's on a cliff, and she'll grab and cast, so counterspell doesn't work.
We really need to talk
Fine.
this out, but
You can make an opportunity attack against her before she moves around the corner there. If you want.
Shambles.
Grab her.
Shambles. You don't get
Sure,
to grab
yeah.
on. You don't get to grab on an opportunity attack. It's just a regular hit.
there's nothing I could do except just
Yeah.
damage her. I don't want to.
Yeah, she might be low enough. She did, take quite a bit of damage from Sophia.
Fine. 19 to hit. I miss.
She'll use her reaction. Block it. And then she'll Dimension Door. The two angel ladies disappear.
Damn it.
Alright. Yeah. You see Sophia still looking at Shambles. Just a bit confused. I'm gonna go ahead and kill the initiative unless anybody wants to kill the remaining parties.
Good.
Roderick's still a ghost?
Saber-tooth tiger stepping in
Yes.
between Raya and Roderick. Okay, he's a ghost.
Well, you technically can't fill that space, but yeah. Sophia looks at you and says, "Why do you have Chris's sword?"
Long story.
And as she's turned to look at you, and she looks battered, like she's been in combat, and you're staring at her, you have another flash. It seems like the background and everything changes. Her face is slightly younger. Her eye is still gouged out. It's that same sand pit, and you see blood on the sand. You see your sword is broken, and you can see the other half of your sword is a ways away, and you're certain that it was your sword that cleft her eye. And you're also certain that even though she's wounded and battered there, she lets forward a grin in that state, and you can see that she puts her hand up in this flashback to signal surrender or that she has lost the fight. And then your flash snaps back to this, and she's looking at you. Why do you have his sword?
I'm not 100% certain. I'm awfully sure I'm Chris. Crescent Gervester. That's the man you're talking about, right?
Correct.
Maybe we should have a talk.
She turns
You're,
and looks-
are you well?
She turns and looks back at Roderick, who's still in this weird state. And she looks back at you. I was sent after... I was sent to find Roderick. He had... there was a report that he was going to be absconded with by... your sister, if you are who you say you are.
I can't speak for her. I haven't met her
We stopped her,
yet.
but these other two took her. Or took him. We've been chasing them across the countryside from Bellum, specifically from a monastery not too far north of there. Others have been sent as well. I did not like the methods that they were employing, and I followed them directly. The only two people I've been able to have join me here are Biggs and Wedge up there. She looks to you, and then looks to Roderick. Now that I've secured him, I'm planning on returning him to Bellum.
Bellum.
Unless you mean to stop me, she says.
I'd like you to chat with my friends. They have a better understanding of what's going on. Those ladies you battled with, I don't think they had the worst intentions.
Well, I suppose I can... And then as she's kind of talking, you hear a loud... and Roger kind of... and falls to the ground. The stone kind of rattling out of his shirt and him kind of hitting the water a little bit as he kind of snaps back into the material space.
I'll lift his head enough
Okay.
so it's out of the water.
Alright. She looks at him and says, I don't know what he just did. It looked similar to the spells of the priest's sanctuary, but different. She shrugs. She kind of...
Since I'm looking down there, can I make a religion check on that?
Yeah.
17?
It's like super sanctuary, like a spell that you do not know of, but basically made him impervious to anyone wishing to harm him in any way.
Does he seem like he needs medical care?
No, he just looks like he's winded.
Just exhausted.
Yeah.
I'll drag him to back into the shore and
Okay.
wait for the others to get down here.
She'll kind of move along with you, and everyone kind of comes around. Roderick will kind of come to after a fashion, a couple seconds really. Sophia looks to you all, and the two guards come down as well, the two knights. And when they make it down there, they say, that one says he's the Hand of Mutis, lady. The Hand of Mutis, she says as she looks to Benson.
You might want to help the hand of Modus off a cliff.
Yeah, why don't I fly up there and just sort of like guide him, just spot him as like a rock climbing wall.
I need help.
I'm so scared.
So
That was cool.
my favorite part
You did a really good job, buddy.
my favorite part about that is I could have gone a different direction, but I just wanted it to be over narratively. But counterspell requires somatic components, and if you're clung to a wall in like climbing, you'd have been like, I counterspell as you're falling. And I thought about doing it.
If it would have worked,
a little
though.
hand
If
red.
it would have worked.
I thought about letting it go, but again, narratively, she would have seen it coming. She saw you cast counterspell several times during the fight, twice at least. But that said, yeah, you all gather around.
And she is very perceptive.
Yes, she is. She's, yeah, passive perception of 18. She knew everything that was happening during that fight. But anyways, that's besides the point.
I don't know shit.
The two guards tell Sophia that the Hand of Mutis is among them. That one's named Brooklyn. She nods at you. Doesn't seem to know who you are.
Autonomy.
So, have your words then. Your friend here, this strange automaton, says that you have things to say to me. My intent is to take Roderick back to Bellum, to the court of his father. What are your... What did you say?
Bellum does not exist.
Bellum does exist.
You're thinking of Barod.
Am I?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Barod
Yeah,
is
so
the one
they
we
got
were
wiped
headed
out by
towards
dragons.
the dragon.
And be more original with these names. They all sound the same.
Yeah, there's one called.
Ludus, Mortis.
So there's Barod, Banser, and Bellum. Yeah.
Io.
I think
Everything starts with a C.
I mean, come on. If you're naming towns, you're probably just gonna be like, well, that other one sounds pretty cool. I'm just gonna name mine slightly like it.
Yeah, that's true. Mansur's the best town, but you know whatever.
Sent your proof on Facebook, by the way.
What's that?
I sent you your proof on Facebook.
Okay, cool. Then I believe you.
fast turnaround.
He's not even gonna look at it. He's just like,
Because if it worked, I could long jump 77.5 feet. It doesn't work.
Right.
So,
That's right.
Roderick here is a smooch more important than
Oh, that's right. I specifically cited
the,
this as an
merchant
example
lord's son.
that you could do it that way. Sorry, go ahead, Zach. I apologize.
Roderick's a tad more important than just being a merchant's son.
Roderick looks to you. Don't, he says.
I don't intend to. She needs to know the danger that
Unless you
is in
explain.
store for you.
She looks to you. Unless you explain yourself, I'm not going to take that into account. I have just met you, and you could be the one who murdered a dear love of mine. So,
Oh, that's
I suggest you be open and forthwith, or not, and allow me and my charge to be gone. Roderick says, yeah.
better she hears it from you.
I really wish it would have gone a bit different, Lady Elaine. But the two who did abscond with me did not wish me any ill. It is true that I am desired by a number of individuals in the region, not for my relation to my father, but more for a relation to my mother. Lady Elaine says, I suppose that'll have to be enough. What are your plans for him then?
Well, honestly, I didn't expect us to find him so easily. We were on our way to Barod, try to punch a dragon in the face. It's been kind of my fuel for the last 6 weeks.
Roderick looks to you and says, they were on their way to Bonrock. Their plan was to get me as deep and dark
That's the dwarf place?
Yeah, their plan was to get me as deep and dark as possible, away from the ones who seek me. I did not agree with their plan.
Which one is this that they've already captured?
It was him. So, that's a load off. First of all.
What do you desire, Roderick? Grok would say.
I do not know. My father is a more direct individual. My mother was a much more secretive individual. I have learned a bit from their techniques and choices in life. I'm willing to hear any ideas regarding the matter.
The town that we just came from is pretty heavily fortified.
Bluegate is not a safe haven for me.
Any way to put him where Uru is?
Do you really want the two of them together?
In existence, maybe.
Maybe, but I was just thinking maybe keep them as far apart as possible.
Yeah, the two of them together on the other planet, that's like an all-in-one kind. That's like a last-ditch effort. Like, oh, they're both here, so let's just hope they can't get there.
we need to spread them apart like the Dragon Balls.
If,
There you go.
as you're kind of discussing, probably in character, less filled with reference material, but similar jargon.
Hardly.
The Dragon Balls. Roderick says,
Thank you.
if I were to attempt my mother's methodologies and be secretive and hide away, I wouldn't have blocked Isoletta from taking me. I would have gone with them. I assume you came upon this meeting by happen chance, but it sounds like there are more connections here than are even known to some of you. Looking
Yeah,
to
this is one wacky lasagna of
this is a hot mess of fucking plot.
yeah.
Roderick says, "You know of the ritual."
I know we know of it.
Rock would nod, yeah.
We know the other half is, as far as we can tell, safe.
He looks to Oru. Or looks to Grok. Oru has moved beyond the material, and she rests in the Shazas.
With the other guardians.
The dragon waits in the Dargian Rift. She is dead, and she waits in the land of the dead. The cultists who wish to bring her back, according to the maidens who had taken me, mean to do so at a place where the rift is more pure, more strong.
Where is that?
In the Hamstring Hills, there is a site that can only be reached by the sturdiest of climbers, or by a narrow pass that moves along the cloudy lake northern shore. An old temple there, a conglomerate temple, was built atop this rift, this site. I assumed that the cultists of the dragon have a force present there, but as we moved along the cloudy lake shores, we were assaulted, not only by you, Sophia Elaine, but also by ones who bore red scarves about their necks, and others who wore tattoos similar to the sorceress you, looks to Benson, sent away.
Good job, by the way.
That was MVP right there.
Man, that was necessary.
I got your back, bro.
Legend base are like, yeah, we saw that. We knew we shouldn't fuck with you.
That was clutch.
She had 126 hit points left.
Nothing. Oh, nothing was touching her.
Yeah,
Pain in the ass.
she's badass. But yeah,
Now she's badass over there.
if you wish me to return to a place where I am safest, I will go with Sophia, and we will head back to Bellum. I feel like I would receive the most protection there. I was foolhardy when I was taken. But
Do you truly believe Bellum's the most safe place for you to be right now?
there are several merchant lords who find it necessary to protect me, including my father. There are great soldiers and warriors, not unlike Elaine. Ones who have proven themselves in the gladiatorial pits. Ones who've proven themselves in the middle towns to the north, in the black sands to the east, or to the west, and on the mad oceans to the east.
Grok would say it would bring us comfort to know that both you and Uru were safe and away from each other. It would leave us to hunt out Calorith.
We could continue on to Bonrock, and perhaps I can meet with the maidens there. Though they were very defensive in their means, and not too keen to speak to others regarding it. I presume that is where they're headed. I do not know if they have a friend in the dwarves there, or not. But if they do, perhaps that might prove a safe place to hide as well. I know Bluegate will not suffice. The men of faith seek the blood of kings. Any who enter into their walls will be taken by them. It is the desire of the men of faith to purify the lines and make them new.
So he's just outing himself in front of Sophia after he told me not to?
He says that, and Sophia kind of like looks to the side, confused. Go ahead and roll a d20. Since I don't want to be the one who rolls it.
So what you said, John, that's
15.
separate from the ritual, right? The
Yeah.
cleansing of the blood.
Seems to be. It might be. It might also be the reason why Donovan didn't enter the city.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Elaine kind of looks at Roderick. Blood of kings, she says. And he turns and looks at her. I am Decan Gaius. By blood of my father, my true father. I am not truly a Galagos. She looks at him. You are the master of the Pelagic Arbiters? Why are you here? Why are you not in Liberus? Because my father was in love. She stops for a second, and you watch as the two knights and also Sophia drop to their knee immediately in front of the boy. He says, "No, I do not deserve such pleasantries. A king already sits upon that throne. I am but a prince. Rise." She does so. He looks to you again, Shambles. Or I can take my father's approach. My non-blood father's approach. A more aggressive individual, one who is keen on making sure the job is done. I will only be safe when the master of the dragon cult and all who serve him or her are dead. If you are truly as powerful as I witness here, looking to Benson.
Okay.
And
I was gonna say, he doesn't watch me get my ass kicked for 5 minutes.
then turning back to Shambles, then I would ask you to join me as I make my way to that pass on the northern shore of Cloudy Lake. I find that temple, and I destroy the dragon cult from within. Directly.
This is a very convenient meeting.
Yeah.
We seem to have our paths aligned. Sounds
Yeah,
like
if-
we could both benefit from this.
If you
Really ties up a couple loose ends.
if you had chosen Banser, this all would have never happened. If you had chosen Mootis, this all would have never happened. Like, if you had
All I wanted to do was punch that dragon. And now I have a prince.
This is great.
he puts forward that offer. Hyde, either him going back to Bellum or him going to Bonrock, continuing on, possibly meeting with the maidens who were defending him before. And he also suggests, fuck it, let's go, YOLO.
How many forces do you have
None.
to take this temple?
Elaine says, my sword is yours, Prince. Wedrenbig's like, yeah, us too. Don't forget us.
He didn't sound too sure.
Yes, you all seem very capable, but numbers can be very difficult, as even a mighty bear can fall to bees at times because there's so many. We need to worry about numbers here. We've done some calculations, and it seems like they might possibly have around 400 to 500 soldiers protecting this place. We could use some help. Possibly more than what we can all take.
I can't offer you that. The only way for me to gain those numbers would be to out myself, and I'm not willing to do that any more than this. He looks to Elaine at this moment, Lady Elaine, and says, I command you never to release information that's been granted to you on this shore to anyone outside of those who hear it now. She looks down. As a servant of the three thrones, you have my word. Wedge and Biggs. Ours as well. And of you? He says to the lot of you.
Oh yeah, we're not gonna tell anybody. You said it.
I... he does look down at the sand.
We knew the whole time.
Yeah, well, you made it known that you know, and then he was like, I need to not let that out, and then
Yeah.
he kind of got into the conversation, and it dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the one that let it happen.
My
I was willing to be cool.
I understand what you're saying, and I do feel that everyone here is possibly trustworthy, but a secret for more than two is soon a secret for none. I believe that it's something if you walk into this place with no help at your back, it's suicide, my friends.
If I call forth a request for men at arms, it would be either at Bluegate or at Bellum. If I make it known that my blood is of the Thunder Throne, then they will come for me. If I make it known at Bellum that I am the Prince of the Thunder Throne, they will not allow me to continue to the north, and I will be sent to where
Then
I
I-
belong.
I
Forever in
look-
my days, I will have to watch over my shoulder the potential of one of these dragon cultists seeking to revive their queen.
I look to the lady with the eye patch. I see you have two very capable soldiers here, but do you have any more that might follow you into battle and help, or is this it?
There was a band of individuals who assisted me initially when we tried to rescue Roderick. I do not know if I can acquire them. They are also searching out and about, far afield. There was a monk, one of the plague doctors of Osiria. There were others. I would need some time to think regarding who we could possibly bring to our number. Not many. Not much more than what's present here.
Well, then, either way, it seems that it's not going to be a gallantly charging in to defeat this Dragon King. It's going to need to be something a little more subtle and thought out.
Roderick even fight?
He hides as a ghost.
He looks to the hand of Mutis and says, "Your wisdom is taken note of. I understand. What would you say then? To Bellum for me, or Bonro?"
What do you all think?
Lady Elaine says, "Apologies, my liege. I have a matter I would like to open and address." He looks to her, confused. "Speak freely." She turns to Shambles. "Explain. The sword."
Okay, so, to my knowledge, I used to be someone named Chris Gervest. As far as who he was, I know he was some capable arena combatant
More than.
some years ago. In my travels as Chrisinger, I found my way to Mutis and met the prestiged hand of Mutis that you see before you. And even professionals make mistakes. And I woke up with no memories as a scarecrow. Since then,
she looks at
I
the hand of
have
Mutis.
changed again.
She looks at the hand of Mutis. "How did this happen?"
It's complicated, but I believe that his story is probably more important right now. He pulls a thing of tea out of his shirt and is like, "I believe we should listen to him. Shambles, go ahead." And keeps sipping and kind of like.
She doesn't
"Oh,
change her. She
crap."
doesn't change her gaze. She continues looking at the hand of Mutis,
I feel like I was pretty to the point.
and then looks back to Shambles. "Explain what happened. How did you wake up to become a scarecrow?"
And he's
How
a
did-
robot now.
How did you wake up this morning? All of my memory is I was a scarecrow. I can tell you everything that happened since. That'll take a few minutes.
I can tell you from my experiences in living in this world that waking up as something else isn't something that happens commonly. Usually magic or some ill-towards mistake happens.
It's happened to me twice.
I used to be human.
Yeah, that guy used to be here.
She looks at Betrayal, looks back to
Just a lasagna of plot around us.
Benson. "What kind of magic do you specialize in?"
Can't
I'm actually a by profession, I believe, a fortune teller. By battle, it's a little bit different. But yes, a man that I did not know came into my place, and he was asking for his fortune told. I was doing a reading, and somehow some things must have gotten crossed, and his soul was pulled from his body. At that point, I didn't have much choice.
Hold on. Let me make sure I understand. It was you and your mistake that caused this?
he would humbly bow down and say, "Yes."
I'm going to stand between her and Vince.
And
It
and
does look like
that's-
she's getting aggressive. She kind of looks to Shambles, and then kind of looks back to Benson. About a year
and
ago,
that is it.
Roughly.
Yeah.
she nods her
Give or
head.
take.
The last time I spoke with Christinger Vester, he said he was lost. He said he didn't know what to do. He was being asked to do something by someone he trusted that he didn't agree with. He said that he had been cursed, and his goal was to find out what the nature of that curse was. This may have something to do with your folly.
So it's my fault.
That would seem much better because I usually don't make these mistakes. It was a simple reading,
I
and
feel
it
so
was
bad.
yeah, it was really
Chris.
it was hurtful.
Chris, she says as she looks to
That's
Shins.
really confusing.
I know,
by the
I
way,
know.
your character.
You're gonna
I'm sorry.
shambles Vincent Chris now.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. I'm just gonna.
Way to fucking
I'm like,
go.
so Chris, it's your turn, and he's like, you don't call me Chris, you call me Chody, and I'm like,
Exactly.
I'm in
It's like-
Christinger. But anyways, she says Christinger.
Yeah, that's me now. Yes.
Do you remember who it was you warned me about? You did not tell me a year ago. Can you remember who it was? Make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, boy. Intelligence saving throw?
Yeah.
Can I cast guidance on him?
Nope.
16.
You start kind of thinking and reflecting and kind of focusing in. And you remember. You remember an individual.
Somebody want to brandish a weapon at me? That usually helps.
You remember an individual. Someone you served. A master of the temple guard in Osiria, who you served as a knight for. And when you think back to his face, you see the face of Calareth, the Dark
Damn it.
Scion. And that is where we'll end the session for today. Pick up next session. Thanks for watching.
So to bring it up now, how do we even know we can trust Roger?
We'll see. Alright, see you then. Bye.